Hello. Are you there? Splendid. Bear with. Ah, there we are. Shall I move you back a bit? How's that? How's that? See where Ah, splendid. Splendid. Maybe you could go up a little bit. Right. Let's see if you do a bit better with the old internet there. I've got you on window cam. And we already had a bit of a disaster before that because I'll show you. Look what happened to my lovely new microphone that the equally lovely Simon bought for me. That and that. Just snapped off for no discernible reason whatsoever. It just decided it didn't want to be a functioning. Am I going to have to stand up all night? I've been to work, you know. So I've got no microphone, which is a shame. Put you down a bit. How do you? Oh, you don't want to go down a bit. Oh, suit yourselves. If you're going to be awkward. Right. If I sit down, you can't see. You can't see me. Hang on. Let's move window cam down a bit, shall we? Right, if I move you down there. Whoops. Right. And if I come right back here like that, there you go. That works, doesn't it? Splendid. Okay. Now then. Can you still hear me okay if I sit down here and speak at you? Somebody give me a yes or a no. And if it's a general yes, then we will proceed. Excellent. Cheers, darlings. Up yours. I do have pants on. Okay. Let's see. Well, first and foremost, a very warm welcome to Tuesday Night Live. And we are once again al dente, as you can probably tell. And I've lit the doings. Can you see? Can you see the doings? Is the chair in the way? Ah, there you go. Right, I don't want to be in the way of the doing. Should I go over here a bit? If I go over here... Oh! Oh, ow! Bugger. There we are. Ah. Oh, that's a splendid situation. I'm very happy with this. Good evening to you all. A very warm welcome to Tuesday Night Live. Al dente from here at Windy Bottom in the glorious Peak District National Park. I hope you've all had a splendid day. Do please tell me all about it. I'd like to know what you had for dinner, and can we all please send sincere thoughts and prayers to our friend Matt, aka underscore, because, well, if you're not a member of the Facebook community, Boaty's World, you won't know this, but Matt, for some reason, either chose to or was forced to eat, and I use the term eat loosely, eat stroke, drink stroke, imbibe in some way, shape or form, the most ghastly concoction that that I've certainly ever encountered. We pray that he survives and that he has something a bit better for supper. I think he's got some pies on. Good evening, Matt. Good evening, Simone. Hooked on Classics, one of our community channels. Good evening, Barry. Oh, and you sent your novel. Good lad. Good lad. And yeah, good luck from all of us. Trace the Greenwood, splendid. Steve Cole, General Cheeseburger, the lovely Joe Cox, Simone again, and oh, she got a bit sweaty. Saucy. Cheeseburger says, has anybody seen the Codfather video? Yeah, quite a few of you have seen the Codfather video, I think. Should be named after our community member Penelope Shitshift. Right, I'm not having this. Now, we established beyond any credible doubt last night, did we not, that the BMW stroke Rover step speed stroke Steptronic gearbox is the finest gearbox that has ever been made. And we also established beyond any reasonable doubt that Carveries are a massive pile of big, fat Oprah pants. So let's have no more of this dissing of the gearbox. It's muggy, we need a rainstorm. Oh, we're outside, says Trace. Sexy times. Yeah, there'll be no sexy time. And a little flame. Yeah, but great oaks from little acorns grow, my lovely. And that ickle flame will soon become a mighty flame. You see if it doesn't. See, it's already getting there. Ugh. Hi, Boaty, says Chaz Brown. Like the new car, MG ZS, a fine motor car. They are indeed. And that is a particularly fine example, or it will be with a little bit of furdling. But the body kit is very cool, and it's got the right gearbox. So, late again today, says Cheeseburger. What? He'd be in trouble, but he'd say he was sorry. I wasn't late. What are you on about? Evening all, says Nigel Fleck. Good evening to you. Boaty's interwebs are shite tonight. You're better on window cam. I quite like window cam, actually. It's quite nice seeing you up there. I do worry a little bit that the mount will just decide to give up the ghost, and my new iPhone will go tumbling to the ground. But hey ho, like to live on the edge. Clear pick and sound, jolly good. I hope that isn't yesterday's farmer shirt. Farmer shirt, says Cheeseburger. No, it isn't. I have more than one. The The, sh- the shirt of broken promises stands proud and alone, bereft of the laundry basket. I have more than one shirt, people. Simone says I'm currently editing and eating dinner. Uh, well, give us some details. What are you editing and what are you eating? Don't lower the cat. Oh, do I have to project? Um, don't lower the camera down. We know you have no pants on. Don't move us too low. We aren't that kind of channel. Oh, dear. He's not reading the comments again. I am now. Yes, says Joe. Weirdly, the picture quality is better than it normally is inside. Well, I'm using my iPhone 11, my latest iPhone. So, in theory, the picture really ought to be better than my elderly iPhone 6. Don't burn your shirt. I'll try not to. Frankie Howard's just arrived and says he wants his all back. Well, you see this little, oh, you can't see it, it's down there. There's a little ridge and I put my chair leg on it and I almost toppled. Are those fireproof bug rolls on the chimney? No, as we will soon discover. They'll soon catch a light, they will. Good day, Boaty and all. Oh, God, says Ross. Wow, Nigel Farage is on safari. Ah, Joe says, yes, the Codfather video is brilliant. I'm just not happy Boaty hasn't bought himself talcum powder I sent money for to prevent his private parts from sticking. You did, didn't you, Joe? And no, I still haven't. I will definitely buy some tomorrow. I'll buy some. It's look. There's lots of things I keep meaning to buy, and I keep forgetting everything. I've got a memory like, oh, what's it called? I've forgotten the word. That thing that you drain veg. It's a sieve. I'm joking. I know what a sieve is. I'm not daft. Today, says Simone, I've been working on my two-wheeled motor vehicular transportational device, otherwise known as a motorized bicycle. Oh, health review. Was the car named Codfather after cogitated? Spelt wrong. Looks like, I'm not reading that last bit, although it kind of does a bit. No, it's named the Codfather because the last three letters of the registration are OMC, which is, oh my cod. So it had to be called the Codfather, didn't it? Nothing worse than Betty Swallock, says Barry. I'm eating noodles, says Simone, and you and I are in the noodles club, Simone, because I'm making noodles tonight. I'm making ramen noodles with lots of lovely Nepali spices and onion and pepper and bean sprouts and chicken, nice marinated tikka chicken. And I'm looking forward to that very well. This setup, says Cheeseburger, works well. I bet you don't use it in January when there's snow on the ground. No, you got that right, mate. Very nice boaty, says Steve. You look like you're abroad. Live it up. Why not? Cheeseburger says, CBT doesn't go below 5k revs. I bet it squeals like the Infidels three-wheeler. What are you talking about, Cheeseburger? Of course it goes below 5,000 revs. The Rover stroke BMW Steptronic stroke step speed gearbox, if left to its own devices in normal mode, will sit at 2,000 RPM and providing beautiful wafting along loveliness and jolly good fuel economy. Honest to God, I'd swear that a shed load of you lot have never driven a Rover CVT or never driven it properly. You should all come and drive Shisen or the Codfather, and you would soon change your mind. I had pie after the smoothie, says Matt. Well, you nearly got it right, Matt. You should have had, if you'd have had pie instead of the smoothie, you'd have been dead right. Oh, the comments have gone all over the shop again. Oh, glad you're feeling better after your tooth operation, Barry. Sweaty, says Simone. Cleavage is also sweaty. I quite enjoy a sweaty cleavage, if I'm perfectly honest. Oh, we're getting a bit of smoke now, aren't we? I thought that would have kind of flamed up a bit by now. Oh, Joe, that's very kind. Thank you for letting me off. And yeah, I was a bit ill. And thank you for your kind words. Glad to see you back to top health and to your normal, jolly and cheerful self. Mike is with us, Classic Wheels Wales. Hello, Jason. Hello, humans. How are you, Mike? How's things, mate? We need to have a chat, don't we, and catch up. I hope things are okay. I know they're not going to be, you know, they're not going to be nice or lovely or back to normal or anything, but I just hope you're doing okay. Just noodles, Simone. Oh God, no! You need something with the noodles. I like chow mein, says Cheeseburger. As do I. Chow mein is literally Mandarin for fried noodles, by the way. So anything can be chow mein as long as it's got some fried noodles in it. Yes, says Ross. What's the ZS collection caper? Don't know what, oh God, don't know what was more offensive. The sticker overkill or Mustard dressed like he'd been at an over 50s tennis game. I actually thought he was in his pajamas. Oh dear. As a passenger, says Matt, I found Shisen to be a very pleasant ride. Gearbox seemed smooth and provided very responsive performance. Where is he, says Mike? Morocco? God, do you know what? I lived in... no, I didn't, did I? Well, I kind of did. I spent time in Morocco. I was based in Tunisia for a period. Just before I got married, actually. No, not just before I got married. What am I saying? I went to Africa from, oh God, Cyprus, I think. Moved from Cyprus when Lisa and I split up. Ended up in Africa. North Africa. Still Africa though, isn't it? And I absolutely hated Morocco and Tunisia. Well, not absolutely hated. I was kind of lucky. I got away with being there more than most would. Oh, you're not going out, are you? Don't go out on me. Oh dear. Oh. Yeah, at the time I was there, I was really, really heavily tanned. There are photos on Facebook. For those of you that are chums with me. And of course, in those countries, French is the second language, and I speak French. So I was never taken for a tourist, I was always taken for a local. So I didn't get the shit that all the tourists get. You know, all the... When I was out there, it was all, I give you very good price, Asda price. Oh, God, nightmare. Oh, God, a bug. That's the kind of thing that only happens to me. I got my bloody belt loop caught on the door handle. Should we shove another one in there? Let's get it going properly. I am man. Man make fire. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that went well. There you go. That'll fly now. You watch. Yeah, and the other thing I found with those North African countries there was no middle ground. You were either in an out and out tourist area or an out and out shithole. Yeah, I really didn't take to it at all. And it's one of the few places, and I'll be completely honest with you, where I didn't live in hotels. I rented houses, villas, apartments, long term, and I lived the local life. I lived like a local. I did my best to learn the language, didn't do any of the touristy bits. Normally I would have been shacked up with a local because, you know, at that time of life you need a woman, and you're obviously going to get one from where you are. And that helped in living the local life. I'll be honest, in Africa, I didn't. In Africa, I was based at a hotel that I can't remember the name of, but it was in Tunisia and in a dreadful tourist, completely manufactured place called Port El Kantawi, I think. It's where some years later they had that, you know, that dreadful, tragic atrocity on the beach. I can't remember what the hotel was called. And basically, I did a deal with the hotel where I did a vocal residency. And you know, I just got bored in exchange. I don't mean bored as in, you know, being, oh, I'm bored, I don't know what to do. I mean bored as in a nice room and first goes at the waitresses and that sort of thing. And yeah, it was awful. Didn't like it at all. And the reason I came back from Africa, I mean, I was kind of having a good time out there. And I did some very silly things as well. When I had a bit of time, I rented a man. Not in the way that Tracy does. I rented a man with a Mercedes, and I made him take me to some really dodgy places that you weren't supposed to get to go. Countries beginning with I, that sort of thing. And sort of had a nosy about there. And, you know, I've got a habit of doing that. That's what I used to do, travel around the world and go to the places where you're likely to get killed. God knows why. Oh, it's going nicely now, isn't it? Look at that. And I came back from Africa just for a couple of weeks, just to sort out some business stuff and whatnot. And again, you know, didn't have a woman in the UK at that time, so jumped onto, oh God, who remembers this? A dating site called UDate. Best dating site ever. International dating site. I got all of my dates off there. The American ones, the Russian ones, the Chinese ones, they all came from that dating site. It was absolutely brilliant. So I jumped on there when I got, you know, I was going to be in the UK for 2 weeks. You need a woman, don't you? And just did my normal thing, put in the parameters, picked the most attractive one and sent her a message and went on a date that night. And that was the woman that became uh, Mrs. Boaty, my one and only wife. Um, so I went back to Africa for a short while, and then back to the UK, and that was it. That was my travelling over with. There was no more long term travelling, because became a stepdad and husband and household. We did holidays and things. We went to we did the road trips to Spain. We went to the States. Went to Vegas. It was Mrs. Boaty who first took me to Malta. I'd never been before. She took me for my 40th birthday, and that's what started my love affair with the Maltese Islands. We used to spend a lot of time in Malta. We used to go out there every month, every other month over the end of the winter. But that was the end of my actually living abroad or long-term travelling. How are the messages doing? I loved my step speed auto, says Joe. Well, why wouldn't you? They're fantastic. I'd never buy a manual after having it. Quite right. It was silky smooth and really got going when you put your foot down. Um, I've said it before, says Cheeseburger. I'm completely wrong with everything that I've said about a CVT. Admittedly, I had a 2022 Toyota CVT in the USA and did 1,000 miles in it, and it was bloody awful. But I've been fully convinced by everything that Boaty and a couple of others have said about the CVT gearbox, and I am now signed up to being a committed fan. And I would literally love nothing more now than a CVT Rover. In fact, I would gladly sell my home and all of my possessions in order to buy one. Well, you don't need to do that, Cheeseburger. They're not that expensive. You can buy a beautiful Rover or MG CVT for just a couple of £1,000. And we know that that is just loose change to you, dear boy. We know that you're one of the wealthier members of the community. It shines out of every orifice. How's the fire doing? Oh, it's going nicely now, isn't it? Oh, good as they can be, mate. That's good, Mike. That's good. You look after yourself, dude. And like I said before, if you fancy a break, you know where I am. There's a there's a guest suite with your name on it. I mean, it hasn't literally got your name on it, but I could put your name on it on a temporary basis. I could put a sticker on the door saying, Mike's bedroom, keep out. Do you know? I mean, who does that anymore? That was such a 60s or 70s thing. But the bathroom here at Windy Bum has genuinely got one of those old plasticky, porcelainy signs on it saying bathroom. Who the hell has that these days? Oh dear. How is Melanie's aircon? Wouldn't like her to be sweaty, and that's Cheeseburger asking that. Has Melanie got aircon? I mean, do you mean Melanie? That's Melanie is just there. Melanie Mingebag, also known as Betty Blue, and I've got no idea if she's got aircon or not. I can't remember. Simone says, Boaty, you should do a Rover MGZS versus Chinese MGZS test. I would do if I had a Chinese MGZS. So, if anybody knows where there is one that I can borrow, I would gladly do that. Man puts log in fireplace. Fire goes out quickly. Fireplace is disappointed. I've sorted the fireplace. Look at that. Look at that. That's going beautifully now. I can't win with you lot. The flame's either too ickle or you think I'm about to burn the cottage down. Where did you live in America? Asks Barry. Good question. Well, the first time round, I lived in Illinois, specifically Chicago, and even more specifically, North Lakeshore Drive. And then the second time round in Vegas. Um, Chicago was cool, but then that was like um, that was like a situational thing. I'd worked my ass off for 10 years. I hadn't travelled at all, or even had a holiday, or even a day off. I didn't have a day off for 10 years, including Christmas Day and New Year's Day. And I hadn't really been out of the country. Well, I hadn't been out of the country since my cycling days, since I was racing. And then all of a sudden, on my 30th birthday, I went out to the States on a blind date because I was invited out to lunch on a blind date at very short notice. Got a last minute flight, thought, sod it, why not? Actually, to be completely honest, that flight was a birthday present from my business partner who said, yeah, go. I'll look after everything. Just go. Have a ball. I'll pay for your ticket as a birthday present. And so I just went out on this blind date. It was a lunch. And the lunch turned into dinner. The dinner turned into an all-night pottering session. And I just moved in to a beautiful penthouse apartment on North Lakeshore Drive. And it was all just kind of really cool. I hadn't done anything like that before. My traveling that I hadn't done for 10 years consisted of dodgy digs around Europe when I was, and well, I say Europe, I mean, it was France and Belgium and Holland, and that was it. Um, yeah, so to go out to the States and suddenly move in with a multi-millionaire who owned two law firms, had brand new, beautiful cars, this amazing apartment. Her fridge, and I'm almost not joking here, her fridge was bigger than the flat that I was living in at the time. She had one of those enormous American double door walk-in fridges. And she did cocktails, and her business partners, I've told you this before, I know, her business partners, their commute was flying in. They flew to work. For Christ's sake. It was just a totally different world, and yet a world into which I fitted and felt immediately at home. Yeah, fantastic experience. I got a very different idea of America on subsequent times there. When I started traveling around other places and developed American friends from the South and from Alabama oh God, I mean, the lovely Lynn was an eye opener, big hairy guy from Alabama, into his bikes and pickups and V8s and boats. Sounds like you've had a great time living in different places. I have, Joe. Oh my God bless you. Mike has sent me another super chat. He's such a lovely guy. Feels sorry for me. I feel obliged to say monkey mouse cat. I've still got, I'm getting a bit of warmth from that now. Thank you, Mike. You know how much it helps, mate. You know I'm as poor as a bloody church monkey mouse cat. And I really appreciate it. Cheeseburger says, I would swap a BMW CVT for my BMW ZF 8-speed gearbox. Well, I don't blame you. I would too. I mean, I've got no experience of a BMW ZF 8-speed gearbox, but a BMW CVT is a thing of immense majesty. So I think you'd be quite right to swap. I see the gearbox on Penelope, by which he means by which he means the Codfather, failed before 60,000 miles. Yeah, it did, because because the CVT gearbox, which is a wonderful bit of kit, guess what? You actually have to maintain it. Yes, that is a thing with cars and parts of cars. They do require maintenance, maintaining, and the Robostroke BMW box, it does rely on oil changes at the specified intervals. It's not difficult. You buy one of these things, the service interval, service schedule tells you you need to change the oil or you need to have the oil changed at this interval, and you should. And if you do, you won't have a problem. The gearbox will last forever. If you don't, and you leave it for a long, long time, guess what happens? Guess what happens if you do 55,000 miles in a Rover stroke BMW CVT box and never change the oil? That's right, your gearbox is going to break and you're going to have to put a new one in. So that's a cautionary tale there. Proper preparation and preventative maintenance prevents piss poor performance, innit? If you want a thing that's just going to soldier on forever with no sympathetic owner input, buy one of those stupid Cadillacs that'll do 60,000 miles in between services and will run for 1,000 miles or something on no oil or water. Which one was that? It was the Cadillac Seville STS, wasn't it? The one they made thinking they would make it in the European market, and they didn't. Ugh. You lived in Chicago, says Cheeseburger. I did. You would be good playing Dan Aykroyd in the Blues Brothers. Do you know, that's another one of those films. This is like I've never seen Star Wars thing. I've never seen the Blues Brothers. I'm aware of it. I know the songs, but I've never seen that film. I've never seen Grease either. I was in the States, says Nigel, in 2006. Drove from Memphis through Tennessee, Alabama, Atlanta, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Loved the Smoky Mountains. Best 3 weeks ever. Has Boaty sold his channel to the BBC? There seems to be a short narrative. Simone says the oil in my auto box in the 75 needs changing, and Nigel says it's not a hard job. Oh, that's right, the Cadillac North Star engine, that's the one. Simone is eating noodles. Oh, and now the comments have gone weird and we're back to, okay. This is rather nice actually, isn't it? I might just sit back and relax and leave you lot to it. Getting a bit of warmth off the fire now. Nice, just gazing upon Melanie Mingebag. Have you got your appetite back? Asked Ross. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much back to normal. Um, oh, tomorrow. Should tell you about tomorrow. As you know, or you will know if you watch the video or listen to a live stream or something. Yesterday, wasn't it? Monday. Yeah, Mustard didn't make it here to get Fanny and take Fanny back to the yard. So tomorrow, I'm dragging my ass out of bed, heading to the yard, picking Mustard up, bringing him back here. I will give him lunch, and lunch tomorrow will be, oh, Momo. And that reminds me, I need to get the chutney out of the freezer. Um, we made, I think I told you, we made a load and I portion froze it. So I need to get 2 portions out ready for lunch tomorrow. Yeah, so tomorrow, Mustard will be taking Fanny back to the yard to do all of the beautification, all of the clever stuff that I can't do, paint correction or whatever it's called, clay barring and waxing and all sorts of wonderful things. And then he will take some nice pictures and and then we'll get it properly advertised and see if we can get Fanny sold. You know, when the weather is like this, it's a crying shame that that she's not with a lovely new owner who's just going to be getting a million smiles per mile from her. And we're not asking stupid money for her either. I would genuinely say that, judging from what I see knocking about, she's genuinely the best value MGF that is currently available. And if you can find a better one, a better value one, buy it. It's another update from Simone. She's finished her noodles and she's now in bed. Can I ask Joe? You can ask anything you like, dear boy. Anything you like. We're all good friends here. Nothing is off the table. When are you going to do another Land Rover Eats? Oh, the Land Rover lunches. Yeah, good point. I should try and do one soon, shouldn't I? It's been too long. Maybe Thursday? Maybe Thursday I'll go to a nice station in the Peak District and cook a steak. Oh, I wonder if the Snake Pass is open. I was going to save the steak for that, wasn't I? So I could just title the video, Land Rover Lunches, Steak on the Snake. I'd like to go to Grindleford Station and some others and combine a Land Rover lunch with Boaties stations. Although Matt was talking about and put a post up about organising a meet-up on, is it this Sunday, next Sunday? Maybe that could be a Land Rover lunch. But yeah, definitely time we did another one. And I need to, I won't be able to do it tomorrow, but both She-Sun and Miss Boo have sat too long. I need to get them moved, get their wheels turning, get them washed, get the cobwebs off them. Oh, look at that. Doesn't the car wizard slate the North Star engine, asked Ross? I do enjoy some of his stuff. I've got no idea who that is. And Nigel says Car Wizard is good. No idea, never heard of that channel or seen it. I'll add it to the list. Sounds like, says Cheeseburger, sounds like Mustard is going to get Fanny into a right lather. Oh, this Sunday, says Matt, but not had much interest. Oh, that's a shame. Anything at all? Even if it was just the 3 of us again? Oh, Cheeseburger could have done last Sunday. Oh, let's put this last one on there, shall we? Let's spoil ourselves. Oh, bugger it. Ooh. There we go. That's the last of that batch of logs. Which were a very kind gift from Nikki Nunu. Ah, cheers, darlings. I'm enjoying this. And I bet you're enjoying it as well, because I'm not talking as much as I normally do. It's... You do make me laugh, Trace. The gay abandon of a man who is burning through his COVID loo roll stash. It's not loo roll, it's some weird log type thing with a hole in the middle. It's like a tube of polos. Do they still sell polos? Oh, and what were they? Oh, fruit polos. Fruit polos. God, yeah, I remember those. Oh, and spearmint polos. There you go. There's a community live stream feature. Which was your favourite polo? Original, spearmint, or fruit? Or any other one that I can't remember. Remember, kids, don't play with fireworks. Oh, you think it's just us three? I'm cool with just us three. I really, really enjoyed the last one. And I mean properly enjoyed it. And those of you who don't make the effort to rock up, then you don't know what you're missing. It was absolutely great. Mike's off to bed. Good night, Jason. Good night, humans. Be nice. Good night, Mike. You take care, mate. Fruit polos in wax paper. I don't remember the wax paper bit. Oh, that's lovely and warm there. Ooh. I miss my trees. I miss burning the pine cones off the trees. I never needed logs. I had a never-ending supply of pine cones, and if you never burnt them, then they let loose this gorgeous smell. Absolutely lovely. Used to be one of my favourite things about summer. Spearmint polos were good, says Nigel. Oh, the wax paper, says Trace. Fruit polos. I've seen mint polos in our British deli here. Extra strong mints. Well, they weren't polos. You're shifting the goalposts now, aren't you? Oh, is it Father's Day on Sunday? Ah, all right. That might explain it. That might explain it. Do we get to see you piss on the fire at the end? Ah, that's right. Yeah, Matt says I'd have done last Sunday, but there was a rumour that Mustard would be having one, and yeah, that didn't happen, did it? Maybe extend it for a week if it's Father's Day, and maybe try it for the Sunday after, maybe. Maybe more people will be available. I'd love it if some of you guys would, I'd love to have a really nice meetup with, it doesn't have to be loads of you, but, a few people rocking up would be lovely, especially if it, well, I was going to say especially if it's people I've not met before, but I'd love to meet the people that I have met before. I'd love to meet them again. I'd love a mix. I'd like all of the people that I've met before, plus some new people. That'd be grand. Right, what do you want to talk about for the last 8 minutes? I'm just feeling too relaxed. I don't feel like going at it like I normally do. Oh, excellent, Nigel. Nigel's going to come down when he can. That'd be cool. Maybe we need some sort of set do, you know, a real compelling reason for people to do it. Or, you know, if we can't be asked to do it, maybe we should just gate crash somebody else's do, like we did with the Furious Driving do. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. I'd go there again. That place, whatever it was, the motorist. What we need Dan's Bangers to organise a social, and we could all go to that. That's a social that I wouldn't miss. I'd drive halfway around the world to go to a Dan's Bangers social. Yeah, timing's always a nightmare. God, this is lovely. Oh, I'm looking forward to my noodles. I bought butter tonight and I'm looking forward to toast in the morning. I forgot to buy butter yesterday. I didn't have any toast this morning and I didn't think it would matter that much. And it really did because I didn't have any alternative. And I like a little bit of something when I get up. I don't like much. If I'm away or somebody else is cooking, I'll have a full English breakfast, no problem. But oh, that's warm. That's nice. Oh, but normally it's just one slice of toast. And you wouldn't think you'd miss just one slice of toast, but this morning I really did. I had juice, I had coffee, I had a cigarette, but I didn't have my slice of toast. And I missed that little bit of something just to get the stomach off. It's not much, but it's something, and I missed it. And tomorrow I won't miss it because I remembered to buy butter. And I bought milk so that Mustard can have tea. And I bought washing up liquid. I bought everything that I needed apart from toilet paper. Bollocks. Oh well. Newspaper it is then. Oh, late September, early October. Trace is planning to be north. Um, so hopefully we'll be able to at least visit the windy one, if not a small Munity meet. I like that, Munity meet. Uh, oh, it'd be so cool to see you, Trace. That'd be brilliant. Nigel says we should all do that. Head to the motorist and take over one of their meets. They have enough of them. Um, I'm up for that on a Sunday. Yeah, totally up for that. Window cams worked really well, hasn't it? You didn't work well on the table in Sonia. You didn't enjoy being in Sonia outside on the table, but you've enjoyed being on the window. Right, couple of minutes left of your charming company, and then you can all go to bed or go and watch something better or whatever it is you're going to do. What are you going to do? What are you going to do at midnight when this finishes? I'm going to head inside, leave the door open so I still get some value from the chimney. Um, I'm going to, oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do actually. Because I've lost tomorrow with going to the yard and getting mustard and whatnot, then I'm going to try and do an easy edit at midnight. Because I won't have I won't have a I won't have a video for tomorrow night, of course, because I won't. So I'm thinking that as Mustard's coming up for lunch, that will be an extra lunch video, won't it? And normally the lunch videos go out on a Sunday night, I think. That's right, isn't it? Because on Sunday, I put two easy videos out, easy edit videos. Like today's video, I mean, I thought it was all right, to be honest. My God, it took me about 4 hours to get that all edited today. And I'm not going to have 4 hours tomorrow. So I thought that I could do the Monday lunch video with a bit of pre-lunch stuff thrown in. 'Cause it was a really short lunch because it was hot and we were just too uncomfortable. So I can get the lunch video edited tonight between midnight when I finish this and 1, which is probably when I'll eat. Yeah, I'll get that done as an easy edit. Get that scheduled for tomorrow, 1919. And then I'll have a lunch video to make tomorrow, which can then go out on Sunday. So I'm kind of borrowing a lunch video off myself. So that's what I'm going to do at midnight. And supper, and yeah. In Sonia, has she forgotten who she is? Sonia, you know Sonia, small but perfectly formed tripod. I'm gutted about my microphone. Absolutely gutted. It's really annoying. Look at that. I've only used it once and it was good. Oh, I'll have to get another one. Ugh. Oh, a good video tonight, says Cheeseburger. That's kind. They don't have to be long. 20 minutes is optimum. I think I went a bit over, didn't I? I think it was 30 minutes tonight, but I liked that video. I think it's... Oh, you disappeared. Okay, well, we'll take that as a sign, shall we? We'll take that as a sign from the FSM that all good things must come to an end. And yeah, let's say goodnight and let's all go about our lawful business. Sorry about the buffering. There we are. Yeah. Right, I'm just going to go and prepare my noodles. I'll give you a couple of minutes to say your good nights and then I will turn you off. Just enjoy the ambience. Have that in lieu of the normal farting music. Oh dear, that's got a bit. I've really enjoyed tonight. Nice to do something a little bit different. Okay, looks like the internet is giving up, so let's wind it up at that. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you've been okay with me being a bit less just enjoying the atmosphere rather than just shouting at you non-stop for 60 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed the little community catching up with each other and all of that. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. And I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Um, Second day of the week with Mustard, bit of a road trip. I'm excited about Fanny getting to the yard so that Mustard can work his magic, and she's going to look $1,000,000 when he's done. And um, I'm looking forward to Fanny finding a new home. Because it's what she needs. She's an amazing car. She needs an amazing owner. She should be being enjoyed, and it will be when she sells. That will be our first little flip success of this second attempt at flipping cars, or whatever you want to call it, rehoming them, whatever. Um, and that will be really good. And it will put a bit of money back in the banker's pot so that we can move on to another one that needs rehoming. So tomorrow's going to be great, and we'll have a nice lunch and all of that shenanigans. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful evening. Well, the evening's gone, hasn't it? It's tomorrow now, isn't it? Have a safe and peaceful night. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. Probably back inside again, or maybe outside. Who knows? Who knows? But whatever you're up to, enjoy the rest of your night. Have a safe and peaceful one. Take great care of yourselves, and have a fabulous day tomorrow. Cheers. See you tomorrow, my loves. Much love to you all. Good night.